everybody, it's Monday, the 16th of June. The transfer window is finally open. And are we going to sign someone today? Are we even going to make a bid today? Are we even looking for a striker? Remains to be seen. I'm Ty Knight here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you don't miss the show every time we upload. It is hot. Oh my God, it's hot. So you see me wiping down today? That's because I'm heated up from the transfers, and I'm heated up because we need 1,000 subscribers, and we're so close. 15 of you just need to hit that button, finding in your heart to do that today. Let's kick off. Šeško, Gyökeres, the story is boring. But as we know of last week, late on Saturday, it broke that Victor Gyökeres' preference is to go to Arsenal. That was as reported by everyone apart from one person, David Ornstein. I'm feeling that this news may not be the truth. There may be some preference that he wouldn't mind going to Arsenal. I just don't believe that Victor Gyökeres has actually told that story. His agent has told that story. I think more than anything else, it's just news out there that just makes it more newsworthy. Kicking off with Benjamin Šeško, I think this is where you're going to see Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta really dig in now and push forward for a Benjamin Šeško, getting towards a fee that suits them both. And when you look at the way that Gyökeres plays and the way that Šeško plays, they're two different people altogether. One person is, of course, an out-and-out goal scorer. The other person is an all-round player in Benjamin Šeško. And I think that is where more than likely Arsenal are going to lead to. Again, like I said, it's hard. I have to tell. I don't even apologise for it. So when we think of the play of Arsenal and how they do it with under Mikel Arteta, that's why they're going after Benjamin Šeško. He fits the model, and I know you're not going to like it, of a Kai Havertz. But more than likely, that is why they're going for a Šeško. One could be because of his age, but the style of play that he is. He's not the most prolific goal scorer, but it doesn't mean in years to come that he cannot turn into a world goal scorer. When you look at Gyökeres, people do label him because he's more of a penalty merchant and that he's doing it in the Portuguese league, and it doesn't really hold that much weight. If you think of a Darwin Núñez, and even though you shouldn't tarnish the same people with the same brush, but you think of a Darwin Núñez who had a good stellar season before he made the switch to Liverpool, comes over to the Premier League, and then really and truly has struggled to hit any type of form that he did when it's over with Benfica. Now with Victor Gyökeres, one thing I can say, when he was in England in the Championship with Coventry, he had a decent season. He racked up over 20-odd goals. When he goes to Portugal, he racks up over 30 goals, 50 goals in the league alone. Not 50 goals in the league, but 52 overall in all competitions last season. With Benjamin Šeško hitting only 13 goals in the Bundesliga, it remains to be seen that is this the sort of striker that you're going to need to win a Premier League title because of his lack of goal scoring, even hitting 15 to 20 goals. But if you really know football, you don't need a striker to hit 30, 40 goals for you to win the league. You just need them to contribute at least a minimum of 15 to 20 goals and then contribute around the rest of the pitch so the team can always win a game. If you have a striker like a Benjamin Šeško, it could work. If you have a striker like a Victor Gyökeres, it could work. But we're only here day one of the transfer window. And there's so many more that Arsenal have to do to get over the line. Kepa, the story, of course, that Arsenal are going in for him. They're going to activate the £5 million release clause from Chelsea. And if they do that, then okay, that's going to be a good shoot of business there. It may not be the most fashionable goalkeeper to go for, but a competent number two is what Arsenal need. And a £5 million outlay with a decent wage on the books, when I say decent, it's not going to be in your 200s or 250s. It's going to be more like your 130s to 150. And that is decent for a number two that's going to come in, that's highly reliable. And Kepa is reliable. He just had that mishap that we had in the Carabao Cup final. But moving on with players going out, we're not talking about Zubimendi. There's no point. That's not going to be spoken about until July. So, players going out. We know that Kieran Tierney, as amongst of the biggest names that's left Arsenal, Thomas Partey still hasn't agreed new terms yet for Arsenal. But now the transfer window is open. Now's the time they're going to announce it. I reckon by Thursday, Friday, there'll be news coming out that talks have progressed well. It's only a matter of time. Then he's going to sign a new contract. And the same is going to be with a Miles Lewis-Skelly, a Bukayo Saka, a William Saliba. Those are news that's going to come out. But the news going out of the players going out is going to be Zinchenko. It looks like he could be on his way to AC Milan. Talks are progressing. The AC Milan directors have come over. They're trying to broker this deal. Zinchenko's wages could be a stumbling block. But if Zinchenko wants to get first team football, he's not going to get that at Arsenal. He's down the pecking order, as we've seen, with the emergence of a Miles Lewis-Skelly, has just shown this is what he needs to be doing if he wants to be a first team regular at Arsenal, and he's not up to the scratch. So Arsenal can move him on, and they can get him gone between the 15 to 20 million euros. That deal is going to happen, and off he goes. And good luck to him. He's been a great servant for Arsenal when he came over from Manchester City. It's just Arsenal have evolved a bit more. The only shame is that Tomiyasu and Jesus are not fit, because if they were fit, no doubt that Arsenal could have sold them 2-1 as well. But I'm going to say this. If Jesus was fit, would Arsenal be going for a recognised number 9? So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that Arsenal are going, that Jesus is injured and they need to now go in for a number 9. But the question is there any bid going to go in there whatsoever? Don't get excited because the news of the Gyökeres has come out. Because David Ornstein hasn't said anything, I'm not saying you have to pin your hopes on what he says, but it just makes sense. Why is everyone else talking about it apart from one person? And maybe because he knows it's all bull jive and there's no turkey in it at all whatsoever. So, day one, hold on to your seats. It's going to be crazy. Buckle up. Do what you can. Leave your comments below of who you'd like to see Arsenal go for. Gyökeres, Šeško. Those are the two there. When it comes to the left winger, again, that's a open question. You want Rodrygo, of course, but he's off with Real Madrid playing in the Club World Cup. But when I mentioned at the Club World Cup, there's no excuse now for Arsenal or any other top team out there to be able to not sign anyone. There's no excuse now. The transfer window is open. Let's see the bids start going in. Pre-season's coming up very soon, and you want your players in the door knowing when you take off to the pre-season tour, your top tier targets are in the door, ready to accumulate themselves with the new squad and get familiar with the playing style. Anyway, I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. Have a great day.